Hey, we live.
All right.
Hey, hey, good evening, everyone. I know it's probably not too many people in here because I've kind of been off the scene for the past few months, but we're the the day before NFL Week One Sunday, and I got one of my good friends in the DFS community, Raymond Eugene Jr. He's gonna be here with me to help me break down this Week One slate game by game. Um, we're gonna do it like we used to do back in the day. If y'all have any comments or questions, definitely feel free to post below, and we'll respond to it. Got anything you want to say about this slate for tomorrow, Raymond?
I guess just like everybody else, excited. Obviously, with the first, it's been how many months since we've had NFL. A full slate. We had a couple of games the last couple of days, but now we get a chance to actually see a whole slate and have to do strategy and try to take down a contest or a tournament. That's what it's about.
Yeah, no doubt. And if y'all don't remember, y'all remember me back in the day. I'm always saying, count the wins as blessings, losses teach lessons. That's what it's about. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking down this slate game by game. Give me one moment. Okay, so the first game we got on the slate
Mm-hmm.
is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins, a 49 over under total, with the Miami Dolphins being favored by 4.5 points. Um, DraftKings specifically, to start off, what's your thoughts on this game right here?
It's this a game that this is what probably gonna be a big game because obviously you got the Dolphins. Last year you had Tua and Tyreek, and there was that first game of the season. I had him on my season long, and he went off. Both of them went off. Um, it's gonna be an interesting game because Jacksonville is like I feel like Jacksonville last year they're gonna try to redeem themselves. They didn't play as good as everybody thought they would have. They have Trevor Lawrence. He was supposed to be like, the up and coming, one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and he really didn't do it last year. And he got some good weapons. So the question now is going against Miami. Miami's favored, um, and it's a close spread. It's only about four. It's only 26. Dolphins are expected to score. So I mean, it's not a bad game. My whole thing is Miami is are they going to be able to keep up with Miami? Is their defense going to be able to stop Tua and not only Tyreek and the other receivers, but also the running backs because these guys got three good running backs on their team.
No doubt. So, from a DFS perspective, we all know how explosive Tyreek Hill is.
Mm-hmm.
He's priced at $8,700 on DraftKings. For me, I think he's going to be like a key piece I want to get exposure to.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on Tyreek Hill specifically?
I think obviously he's going to probably be, as far as receivers go, he's probably going to be like one of the highest owned. I mean, everybody's going to have him. Jacksonville defense wasn't that good against the pass last year, and I don't see them changing this year. So I would expect, for them to try to get him involved in the game in the beginning and try to go to him a lot. One thing about Miami, they got a lot of speed. You got Tyreek, then you also got the running back, Action, and I mean, you can't even stop him. So I I think Tyreek's going to be high owned. I mean, he's probably going to be the highest owned receiver as far as just compared to his price.
I agree with you. I love Tyreek Hill as a play tomorrow on both sites, FanDuel as well as DK. You was talking about the Dolphins' speed. Um, talk about Divine A Chain. It's a split backfield with Mostert. I was looking at some ownership projections on earlier this morning. I see A Chain was going to probably be kind of high on. Again, my only concern is just him and Mostert kind of splitting the workload. What's your thoughts and what's your strategy as far as using Divine A Chain tomorrow?
First game of the season, so I'll probably use him, but I don't know because last year when Mostert played, they gave him the ball. You know what I'm saying? They obviously want to give him the ball, but we know his injury history. But I just feel like with A-Chain, Mostert, and don't forget about the guy from Pittsburgh, Jalen Wright. I mean, we don't know. It's the first game of the season. Wright wasn't too bad last year. I think he played for the Steelers. I I'm kind of iffy on that running back situation, man. I'll play A-Chain, but not as much as Tyreek. So he got the speed, so you got to play him. But how are they going to use him? I don't know if they're gonna just use him as a running back because he can catch the ball too and just go off at it. So that's the
Yeah.
question. Maybe in a stack, if you stack him and Tyreek and Tua, that's a good stack right there. I mean, and then if you want to add like one more player, maybe another receiver, or even another running back to get different. I know last year somebody had stacked both running backs from Miami and took down the tournament.
Yeah, I agree. I think Miami, they're definitely going to be a strong offense. They got a high implied total. I know it's like over 25. What's your thoughts on Jalen Waddle?
Man, I like him a lot. I mean, because after him, they ain't got no more receivers that I really know. So I do like if Tyreek doesn't get the ball, he's gonna get it. If he don't get the ball, it's gonna be one of the running backs. It's really only two other players on the team that's gonna catch passes, because they got the tight end Juju Smith, but I'm not really excited about him. So
Okay.
if Tyreek don't catch the ball, it's gonna be him or A-Chain. So
Okay. One more thing I wanted to talk about in this game, as far as on the other side, um, I do think. Oh no. I think he's going to be popular. I saw it kind of like in ownership projections as far as the running back at the tight end. I think Evan Ingram is going to be an important play for tomorrow. Can you talk about what's your thoughts on Evan Ingram, tight end for the Jaguars?
he's a safety net for Trevor Lawrence. I think he had like the most as far as last year. He had like the most targets of like any tight end. Um, so we all know he's gonna get the ball probably, and he has a high ownership percentage right now. I think it's like for tight end 17%. So
Yeah.
I definitely think that he's gonna be like, But again, first game of the season, and I think Trevor's gonna be like he got to kind of prove himself. And they got some good receivers. They got Gabriel Davis from Buffalo, and
Yeah.
and Brian Thomas. I think he's gonna be great in the
Mm.
league. So and you still got Christian Kirk. So and Travis Etienne, he be catching passes out the backfield. So you know, Jacksonville
Yeah.
got a good team.
We spending a lot of time on this game because I do think like out of the 12 games on the slate, this is one of the important ones.
Mhm.
So for those of you watching, we are talking about this game a lot. Again, you got the explosive offense in the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill should be a strong tournament play. Devon A-Chain. You got Jalen Waddle. We talked about how you can stack up the Dolphins with Tua. And in my opinion, kind of looking at projections, it looks like Ingram could be a strong cash game play if you're into playing cash games. But I'm gonna focus mostly on
Me
tournament.
too.
Is there anything else you want to add about this game before I move to the next game?
Obviously, it's probably one of the most important games of the slate. Obviously, you probably want at least one or two pieces from Miami, and you could bring back on the Jag side. You can bring back one of their receivers or the tight end Ingram, or even Trevor Lawrence if you want to be different. I think it's a great game to kind of stat.
Cool, cool. Let's go to the next game. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. Over under total of like 43 and a half. Chicago Bears are 3.5 point favorites. It's going to be the debut for the number one pick, Kalen Williams. Tennessee Titans, they got Calvin Ridley now. Also, the Bears, they have DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen. So, what's your thoughts on this game right here?
I don't know one bit. I'll be honest. You got a rookie quarterback. He's supposed to be the next big thing, but I don't know. I feel like he's more hype, but they're favored to win. I just don't feel that. I mean, they got a great team. They got a great defense, and then you look at the pieces on offense. I mean, in my opinion, I think they're a great team, and they should win this game. But I'm just not. I don't know what pieces to use because we haven't seen these players play together yet.
What I will say is one thing that I found interesting was Caleb Williams, his price point at 5,900. I think that mid tier price point, if you will, is going to have him pick up some ownership.
Mm-hmm.
In the preseason, he played well. I know the preseason is not the same as the regular season, but simply because of that price point, his dual threat ability, I do think he's someone that I have some interest in. Stacking him with DJ Moore.
Mm-hmm.
That's a stack that I do have some interest in. What's your thought on Williams in relation to his price point on the slate?
Yeah, he's at a great price point. He's a good GPP play. If you take him and maybe DJ Moore's pretty explosive. You stack those two, and now they got Keenan Allen. They got a really good set along with the rookie wide receiver. So there's no reason why he shouldn't do something. I mean, it's just hard to say. It's the first game of the season. But if you want to be different, if you want to be contrarian, I would definitely go with him.
Also, you mentioned the rookie wide receiver. I think it's Odunze. Maybe that's how you pronounce his
Mm-hmm.
name. He's at $4,000, which is extremely cheap. But like you said, we don't know like exactly what their offensive philosophies going to be. Because the first week of the season.
Exactly. So I would just kind of play it safe, and maybe you can get one or two pieces. Like I said, it's a great team. And they got the running backs. Maybe they'll try to lean because it's a rookie quarterback. So who knows?
Another thing about this game, and I was kind of building some lineups earlier this morning for DK. I do have some interest in a little as a run back. Like if I played this Chicago Bears stack,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind running it back with Calvin Ridley, especially with DeAndre Hopkins being questionable and a game time decision tomorrow. What's your thoughts on Calvin Ridley?
Man, it's gonna be interesting, right? Because obviously he's a good receiver. The problem is who's throwing him the ball. Like I don't know about Levi. I mean, I think a couple times he looked good, but I mean, you talk about somebody. I think if you really want to be contrarian, I mean, you pick him. I mean, if Chicago offense, maybe Caleb gets some turnovers. Maybe if you play him, maybe they get some easy scores. But I'm not liking the Titans side. Like, I do like Tyler Boyd coming from Cincinnati. I think he could be big, but I don't know. I don't like their running backs except for Spears, but I'm not excited at all about the Titans.
Does your interest change if DeAndre Hopkins get ruled out?
Yeah, then I would most likely go to Boyd. I mean, I know Calvin Ridley's going to be
Yeah.
popular, but I really, really like Boyd because, or even, well, Burke's probably not going to do much, but Boyd, because I think Boyd's really, really, he was playing behind Chase and T. Higgins. So, times last year when he was just looking like, last couple of years, he was the best receiver sometimes. So, I'm going with Boyd over Ridley actually, just to be contrarian and move up in the standings in the GPP. But it all comes down to Levis. I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
feeling him.
Yeah. So that Hopkins news is definitely going to be something to pay attention to. If you guys don't know, that normally, typically, the injury reports of who's active and inactive for NFL is released like 90 minutes before kickoff. Lastly, any thoughts on the running back for Tennessee? I'm forgetting his name. He
Pollard.
came from Dallas.
Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard. Yeah.
I don't know what it was last year. He looked terrible in Dallas. I don't know if it was because of the offensive line. I think Tennessee got a better O line, but I'm more excited about the Spears guy because last year behind against Henry, he can pass. He can catch the pass too, and he got speed. So I don't know about Pollard. I'm not liking him too much. I'll go with Spears before Pollard. He cheaper anyway.
Cool. Okay. I think that's enough about that game. We got a lot of games on this slate. Let me go find the next game. I'm looking up this stuff on my phone. Hold on. All right. Next game we got. Okay, it's my team. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. 41.5 over under total. Falcons favored by 3.5. Russell Wilson, like last I saw, he's questionable game time decision. Fields may play. Falcons got Kirk Cousins, new coach. But what's your thoughts on this game right here?
It's ugly. Because regardless, Wilson, I'll be honest. He, ever since he left Seattle, he hasn't done anything. And if Justin plays, I kind of think he can open it more. But I don't know how Tomlin is going to play. Is he going to play it safe or, because it's not an exciting team. They're not going to go and score 40. But you have on the other side the Falcons. You got Kirk Cousins. If Kirk Cousins come out anywhere as he was, before he got injured in Minnesota, I think Falcons fans, you guys got to be excited because, you got a new coach, you got a quarterback that's actually can quarterback. I'm big on Drake London this year, and I'm big on Bijan and Kyle Pitts. So I'm pretty sure you got a lot to say. So let me know what you feeling about this game.
Yeah, building lineups today. It looked like Bijan could be a strong play. Just this season overall in general, there was talks in training camp that he may potentially get like Christian McCaffrey type workloads.
There you go.
He just wasn't used. He wasn't used correctly with Arthur Smith last year as the head coach. Arthur Smith is the offensive coordinator now for Pittsburgh, so it's gonna be a lit game. But Bijan, because of his receiving ability, I think he is in play tomorrow. He is high price. He's 7,700. He's I want to say like 88 or 8,900 on FanDuel. But as we continue to go through these games, we can point out some value where you can pay up, for these certain players. London, like you mentioned, he's a good PPR guy. He catch a lot of short passes. Let's see what his price is. Tomorrow. London, he's 6,000, so he's a mid-tier price. I think he's a viable option for tomorrow, as well as Kyle Pitts, 4,600, which is a low price at tight end. But however, I like those players as one-offs, but I'm not using no Kirk Cousins, man. I would not use him. I'm playing on DK. I'm playing 20 lineup set in a 3-entry, 20-entry set and a 3-entry set and a single entry. I think.
And no Cousins? No Cousins?
I might change my mind.
Look, I get it. Because Cousins has not played in a long time, and we don't know if he's healthy, right? But come on, we saw what he did in Minnesota and Justin Jefferson. He had a decent team, but wherever Cousins has played, he has slanged the ball. I'm excited about the Falcons just because of Cousins. They couldn't do anything last year. Now they got Kirk Cousins, man. That right there is good. He can throw 300-400 yards easy, and with a running back and receivers like London and Mooney. They do need another receiver, but but they got Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts probably gonna lead the league in receptions this year. Not about the tight ends, as far as tight ends.
I mean, I like those Falcons as one-offs, but just speaking of lineup construction, like you know what I'm saying, Cousins is 6,100. Like it's just I'm not trying to pay that for him when you got Williams at 59, and then if Justin Fields is 5,000, which is very low for his price.
Okay, but again, I'm gonna keep saying this. Like the only thing I'm scared is Pittsburgh defense is always good. That's the thing I say. But guess what? It's Kirk Cousins. He might throw for 500. I mean, who knows? Kirk Cousins. You gotta put him in one. I mean, him and Drake. I'm telling you, Drake London. He gonna score a touchdown tomorrow. We seen him, Pitts, and Bizon. They might score 2-3 touchdowns. We seen those three.
Well, I might include them in my 20 entry set. I might include them because they are in the dome. It's supposed to be a better offense than last year, so I might change my mind on that. But just kind of to close out this game, like how important is it with this Russell Wilson news? Like if he's out, like what's going to be your move if pretty much if from a Pittsburgh standpoint, if Justin Fields is named the starter tomorrow? He from here too. He from Georgia, so
if he's the starter because of his price, $5K, I think you got to play him just because. And if you're gonna enter, you got to play him one or two just because. I mean, he can break it. He can run and pass, and I'm not excited. I mean, Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, they're okay. And can he throw the ball? Will he get better? He didn't look too good in the preseason, so. But hey, like I said, I'd rather go with Kirk Cousins at least in one.
Yeah. So that's going to be some important injury news to look at tomorrow afternoon. The status of Russell Wilson, because again, Justin Fields, he's priced as a backup. He's not priced as in the starting role.
Right.
So he's definitely a play that you want to look at and consider, if he's starting, especially with the rushing ability. So that's something I definitely kind of wanted to make sure I pointed out before we leave this game.
Okay, cool.
All right. Anything else you got for this game?
I'm good. Just play Kirk Cousins. You're gonna win. I'm telling you. I promise.
All right. Let's see. Next game we got on here, and in my opinion, I think in the DFS community, it's a very important game. The New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals, 41.5 over/under total, with the Bengals being favored by 8.5 points. I say it's important because T. Higgins is doubtful, and what's Jamar Chase? He's a hold in. He's supposed to be questionable. They don't know if he's going to play or not. But with the absence of T. Higgins, you have a rookie receiver that's in the pool. His name is Andre Iosivas, and he's 3,000 flat. I'm gonna let you take over and tell me what's your thoughts on this game and specifically the wide receiver situation in Cincinnati.
Personally, this could be one of those sneaky games because New England, after years of having their coach, he's gone. Got a new head, got a new coach, got a new team, got a new quarterback. I mean, but I look at them and be honest with you, I just see trash. This is one of the worst off. New England got like one of the worst offensive lines in the league, so they ain't gonna be able to run the ball. They got Jacoby Brissett. He's just who he is. I mean, I don't see a Bengals should win, and I hope. But if Chase doesn't play, I'm gonna be concerned because I don't think Higgins is gonna play. when I look at this game, it's not exciting. It's boring. Of course, it's a low score, low total. I think this is the game where Joe Burrow gets back. He wasn't good last year. He was injured. He was hurt. I'm looking for Chase to play, him to do good. I know you talked about that guy, that receiver that he's looked like he's gonna be, because Higgins not gonna play. That's fine. He cheap. He might score. Who knows? But I'm looking more at Jack Moss and Chase Brown, and if Chase plays, I'm looking more at those guys than him. If Chase doesn't play, well, it's open. Yeah, then you want to get some of these guys. What about you?
To be honest, I don't know if it's being too aggressive, but just kind of like building little lineups and messing with the optimizer early this morning. I was about to put the lock on this EO Cevis. I feel like in DK, when you have that type of value, they don't have to do much, but it's just a building piece to allow you to get your Tyreek Hills, B. John Robinsons, and Justin Jeffersons, and CD Lamb, if you like. Like, I just don't know if there's any other value that's close to EO Cevis. So I plan to go heavy on him tomorrow.
Okay.
Especially if Jamar Chase is out. Because it's like, who's going to be left? It's going to be him and who else?
Yeah. They really don't got no more of the receivers after Irvin, whatever his name is.
Yeah, but they not 3,000. So I'm just going to say that that's going to be some important news that I'm looking at, because I want this EO Cevis guy. I think Jamar Chase is in play, if he decides to play. And I think Joe Burrow is in play as well. I don't want nobody from the Patriots. Well, let me stop. The Patriots, they do have some value receivers, but I think their value is better on FanDuel as far as their receiving core. But for me, as it stands right now, it's that $3,000 receiver. I'm going to have him as like a core piece, and hopefully it can allow me to just kind of pay up at all the other positions.
Okay, that's a good pick. I mean, and he's 20 right now. He's 22%. So own. So yeah, that's a great. I mean, if he's chalk, then you got to play him.
Yeah. Like it's hard to find that type of value on week one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if he's chalk, you got to play him.
And I mean, it ain't the same thing, but like, again, some players are mispriced. Like Justin Fields, he's priced as being a backup, and if these people that's priced at a certain price point, but their role changes for some reason because of injuries or whatnot, I just feel like those are things that you kind of have to pay attention to. So, for me, that's definitely something that I'm going to pay close attention to.
Okay, cool.
You had any thoughts on the Patriots? Like they
suck. They're trash. Until when
what about their receivers?
They got the rookie. I mean, obviously, but who's throwing the ball? I mean, I think you could probably throw the ball better than he can. I just don't think. Nah, they're trash.
Yeah. I think Brissett going to start, and like as far as receivers, their highest priced receiver is 4,800. But again, like I said, I think on DK they might be good for large fields, like one of them.
Right. All right.
So yeah, and I like Cincinnati defense. I think a lot of people gonna like Cincinnati defense.
Yeah.
I like them too.
Yeah, because he's probably gonna throw an interception or two.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Okay.
Next game. All right, this is your city, the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. 48.5 total. The Houston Texans favored by 2.5. CJ Stroud coming off an amazing season. They got a new acquisition in Stephon Diggs. Anthony Richardson, he returning back after being hurt most of the year last year. Go ahead and tell me what's your thoughts on this game here.
Man, I forgot about this game. This probably maybe like one of the think as far as like the 1 o'clock games, it's probably like the best game, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
you got two teams that are in the same division, and I mean, with a healthy Anthony Richardson, I mean, I don't know, Texans, y'all, I don't know. And then you got Jonathan Taylor, they got Michael Pittman. I mean, this is a good game, man. Even if I think the Texans will win, this is a high total, 49. Actually, I think C.J. Stroud, I mean, this could be back and forth. I think he's a great quarterback. I know he's expensive, but I mean, you know, if you play him, he got Nico Collins, he got Stephon Diggs. His first game of the season. He's not pouting yet. Made about another 5-6 games. You got Tank Dell. You got the tight end is good. You got Mixon now instead of you got Joe. I mean, this is a solid team. I would play one or two of these pieces.
I totally agree. I think this is for DK. This is the best game on the slate. High total, close competitive spread. I think Anthony Richardson is going to carry a lot of ownership, but he's one of those quarterbacks that's dual threat. You know, he got the rushing upside. CJ Stroud, he got 3 good pass catchers to throw the ball to in Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, and Tank Dell. Like you mentioned, 2 good running backs on both sides, Jonathan Taylor and Joe Mixon. So basically, this is a great game to get exposure to. If you're playing multiple lineups, I strongly recommend just getting pieces of this game, all type of ways that you can. Like it's in a dome. It's just a lot to like about this game. So I basically agree with you. I like both sides of it. I like CJ Stroud. I like Anthony Richardson. And I like I didn't even mention Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman, he's in play. Another thing for the Colts, Downs, I think his first name is Josh.
Josh Downs.
I think he's doubtful, going to be ruled out. So I think that opens up opportunity. I think it's a receiver named Mitchell, who's maybe like 3,700. I think there's some value there. Any thoughts on the Colts side as far as their receivers?
So Mitchell is, you know, obviously he's rookie. He's pretty good. He played for Texas. Anyway, I remember him last year. He's actually 3,800, but I mean Pittman can't catch all the passes. Pierce is a little slot receiver, and that's all they got. So I think that's a good. You talk about the other guy for Cincinnati. I think he's a key right there.
Okay.
I like him not, but I just want to say you still got Richardson, you still got Jonathan Taylor. Both of them can run. So I don't know how much I want to invest in Pittman and him. And one guy that I'm like, wow, I know he got injured last season, but Tank Dell, like he's like, why they treated him like he a scorer? Why is he behind Nico and Stephon?
Oh yeah. He be taking the top off the defense, and
I don't get it. Like Stephon lost a couple steps.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him at the airport. He lost. I could see he lost a couple steps the other day. I think Tank Dell. I mean, and then he's lower. He's projected for lower ownership, and he's the cheapest. He's 5,500.
Yeah, that's a great price. Yeah.
I mean, if you take CJ, you can take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, man. And don't forget Mixon. Yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that's a good point to point out about Dell's price. You know, what you call it? Collins, I think 7,000, and Diggs is 6,700. And if you can get Dell at a more affordable price point, that can definitely help you in lineup construction. So,
I
do agree with that. But I think we both agree that this is a great game for DFS. So for you guys watching this, make sure you try to get some type of exposure to it. Anything else you would like to add about this game?
Nah, that's it.
All right, next game, Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants, 41 and a half over under total. The Vikings are favored by 1.5. Sam Darnold, he's starting for Minnesota. Daniel Jones is back for the New York Giants. The Giants also have a rookie receiver, Malik Neighbors. The Vikings have a new running back in Aaron Jones. Giants running back Singletary. Thoughts on this game right here?
It's a low total. I mean, this is the opposite of last year when Minnesota had Cousins. They was in every game. You come out with the one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in Sam Darnold ever. I think he's trash. You got JJ's out, so I'm sorry. That's just, I hate to say. I know people don't like, but he has a good offense, so maybe it's trash. I personally, I think the Giants are gonna win this game. The total's low. I mean, the spread is low. I mean, I think Daniel Jones, people don't give him credit. I know he had some bad games last year, but man, he's had some good games. And for fantasy purposes, he's not a bad quarterback. He's my sleeper pick at 5,400. He's my, I mean, 17 points. The guy can run and pass. He got Devin Singletary. You saw what they don't have we saw what we saw what he did, right, what he did last night. I think this game with him and Malik Neighbors, the rookie, I think he's looked good in preseason. Of course, preseason don't mean much. I think this could be a picking game. I think Daniel Jones might go for over 20 fantasy points.
Wow, big call, man. I will say if you use Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors, you got a value stack right there because Neighbors is only $5,900, and like you mentioned, Daniel Jones is 5,400. So with that value stack, it will allow you to kind of pay up at other positions. So I think that's definitely a contrarian call.
Oh yeah, I think this. I mean, because the Vikings, once again, you got Sam Darnold. You give him a pick, one interception at least, maybe two. Why not? Now he's 5,200. If you think he can get the ball to Justin Jefferson somehow, and Jordan Addison, and they got Jalen Naylor rookie. I mean, they got a good team. You got Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler, but it's Sam Darnold. I'm gonna call the Giants gonna win this game.
Yeah, and you already know how I feel about Sam Darnold. That's why I was laughing so much. I think the guy's horrible.
Yeah.
However, he is at a good price point, like you mentioned, and I like Justin Jefferson as a one-off because he just one of them receivers that always want the ball, and with DraftKings being a full PPR site, if you stack up those catches, like 5 catches, you get those 5 points combined with whatever else he does, and then he can be a pivot off of Tyreek Hill. So I like Justin Jefferson as a
The only
one-off.
thing I'm doing negative, they better run a lot of screens for Justin Jefferson because I don't see him. I mean, he's gonna probably get. I tell you what, if you play the betting market, the props, bet over on his targets because he's gonna probably get the ball thrown at him 20 times, 15 times at least.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know if I want to use Sam Darnold. I don't know if he would make the cut, in my lineups, especially like if Justin Fields is the starter, being 5,000. But to me, Jefferson is just someone that I have interest in because of
You never know, man. Maybe he throws 5 touchdowns. I mean, Sam Darnold, maybe he's got it. Maybe he turns it around. He throws two to Jefferson, one to Aaron Jones, one to Addison. Then I wake up from the dream, but I don't think so. I don't think so, but you never know. He's cheap.
and it's crazy. Like those be the type of plays that are optimal that take down tournaments. These plays just like 1% on. That
That's what
nobody
I
really.
say.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a good team. I don't see why not. So I wouldn't. I don't like him, but he has the pieces around him to be a great player. So you
Okay.
never know.
And lastly, before we leave this game, kind of just tell me your overall view on Aaron Jones in this new situation, and how do you like him as a DFS play for tomorrow's slate?
Obviously, he's got a. I mean, I like his situation. He gets a bad rep, but he hasn't played that bad. He's kept them in games over the years. Didn't they go to the playoffs the year before last? He was injured last year, so I mean, he had a garbage team. I think the team got better O line. Um, I remember at one point we were playing him a couple of years ago, so because he was a good value play that could get some points. So I don't see why Minnesota's not going to be great. I play him. I mean, like I said, I got Daniel Jones.
Okay, cool. I think we can put a close on this game.
Yeah, this is it for this game.
So this next game I think has some importance because of one player. It's going to be it's the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints, a 41.5 over under total, with the New Orleans Saints being favored by 3.5. And the one player that I was mentioning is Alvin Kamara. But tell me your thoughts on this game and specifically Alvin Kamara as a DFS play.
I really haven't looked at all the games, but as I look at this game, and I feel like it's the worst game of the slate. But it's the first game of the season. Maybe Bryce Young has got better. Um, I think with Alvin Kamara, I'm not liking the Saints. It's just, I mean, they got Derek Carr, their quarterback, but that's a good price. Alvin Kamara, that's a lot of money, but he can score. You never know. He's their workhouse. I'm not liking them. And what happened to Mike? Is Micah Thomas still injured?
Man, that guy a free agent, man.
Oh, that's right. He is a free agent, and
Yeah,
nobody picks him up. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's you go from great to damn that quick.
yeah.
Okay, so this this is probably the one game I don't like. You know what? One player I actually like.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Chris Olave, but the one player I actually do like is Deontay Johnson.
Okay.
I think Bryce Young is gonna. He's only 5,300. He's
Okay.
I don't know. Call me crazy, but I just have a feeling that he's gonna look better than he did last year, and I think he'll be able to move around the ball. This is a good contrarian game. If you want to go with Bryce Young and pair him up with Deontay, and then maybe have like Alvin Kamara or Chris Olave, that's a nice little mini stack. Because you never know.
Okay. Yeah, I do think some positives. It's in a dome environment. A lot of times, games in dome environments can have higher scores.
Mm-hmm.
The players can move faster on the turf. But I like Kamara a lot because of his receiving ability,
Mm-hmm.
combined with his rushing ability, and the Saints being home favorites. The one thing that can be frustrating about Kamara is sometimes when they get in the red zone, they'll bring that
Jamal.
old Taysom Hill.
Oh
Taysom
yeah.
Hill, he'll come in and start messing stuff up. I'm like, hey man, go back on the bench. But yeah, Taysom Hill and
I can't
Jamal
stand when
Williams,
he
like
comes in
you
the
mentioned.
game. Yeah,
But
I can't stand it.
but I feel like on DK, like when you can get running backs where you can depend on them getting those catches and receiving yards. Kamara had I don't know, I think he had like 700 receiving yards. I'm not able to pull it up right now, but he's a dual threat running back. So good price. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's definitely someone that I want to have some exposure to, especially on
Okay.
DK with that full PPR. I agree with you about Olave. I think the Panthers will be contrarian with Bryce Young and Deontay Johnson, who probably should be like the number one receiver. I
Mm-hmm.
think they got Thielen, but I think Thielen is more
No,
like
no.
a number
I
two.
actually Actually, yeah, it's going to be Deontay Johnson. Everybody's talking about him being it's a good fit. And you never know. Like I said, you do a GPP and you can play Bryce Young. I know it sucks, but you can play him and then you can fit Tyreek and you can fit Justin Jefferson. I mean, and then if you have that receiver for Cincinnati, it's a top,
Oh
man.
yeah, definitely. Let me take a moment to shout out to the comments. I see somebody, TJ, just saying that he used to watch the videos back in the day. Hey, thanks for supporting. Thanks for checking us out
Thank you.
tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get back on it this year for NFL. But I want to get your opinion on a play in this game, kind of switching sites on FanDuel. Like Chuba Hubbard, I think he's 5,600 or something on FanDuel. As I was making lineups on FanDuel, it's like the salary cap is a little more tight and condensed. And I don't know, I kind of landed on Chuba Hubbard as a little value play on FanDuel, not on DK. But so what's your thoughts on Chuba? Do you think I'm crazy with that, or is he okay?
I will go more on the crazy side because I don't know how they're gonna split the backfield. They still have Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
So I mean he can be good, but what are you looking at? Are you because on FanDuel you're looking more at touchdowns?
Well, on FanDuel, my philosophy a lot of the time is 3 running backs.
Oh,
like,
so you okay?
I want
he's cheap. He's cheap.
3 running backs. Yeah.
I don't know because I don't think the Saints defense is that bad. So my question is, does he catch pass? Miles Sanders is the catch and pass, right? Pass running back. So
yeah.
Can he? I mean, I get it. It's a cheap option, but I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I'm not.
Yeah.
The only person for the Panthers I like is Bryce and Deontay, and that's what contrarian.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like a little tournament flyer, but like the differences. Yeah, the differences between FanDuel and DK with construction, it's just different. Like for example, like what you call it, the guy for the Falcons, B. John Rock, man, he like 80, 88, 89. Like,
but you get more salary in FanDuel. Remember, FanDuel got another. I think DraftKings is 50, FanDuel is 60,000. So if you forget, and you get an extra player, I think, because on FanDuel you get you get quarterback, you get 2 running backs, you get 3 wide receivers, you get a tight end, and then you get the
flex.
Remember you get that with the DraftKings. It's one less player. With FanDuel, it's more salary cap, but you do get one more player, so it kind of helps. You know what I'm saying? I think so. I don't know. I just think that a lot of people do that 3 running back strategy, and that's what I used to do, but I've kind of gotten away from it a little bit. I don't know. But
let me clarify. Let me clarify. Like I do that on FanDuel. Hey, but on DK, what's been working for me? That flex spot, wide receivers. Like I use wide receivers. Somebody
because the PPR. So you're gonna on DraftKings you gotta because of the PPR you want to use a receiver because he's gonna get it's gonna count for more. So that I agree with. Yeah.
Somebody got a question for you in the comments. Can you see that right there?
You know what? I don't know if I see it.
You say you go 4 wide receivers, Ray? Like I guess either on DK, FanDuel, do you like to do 4 wide receivers?
I'll do 4 on. Yeah, I'll do 4 on FanDuel and DraftKings. Well, yeah, I'll do 4 once in a while, but I do like that third running back. But yeah, I like the 4. I like the 4 receivers because it depends on the slate. If you have 2 solid running backs, you can get a third receiver that's really cheap and that can go off. That's just my opinion, though.
Okay. So, and he clarified. He said this was for FanDuel specifically. The 4 wide receiver question was for FanDuel.
So for FanDuel, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the Saints and the Panthers, right?
Yes.
Anything else you want to add for that? Okay.
Nah,
All right.
that's enough for this.
Let me go to the next game, man. Let's keep this thing moving. Uh, sorry,
I know
I'm
you
not.
good. You good. You good.
Yeah, I'm looking on the phone, man.
I know it's hard. It's hard. I know. Trust me.
Yeah. Next game on the slate, Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. 47.5 over under total. Buffalo Bills favored by 6.5 points. On the Bills, they don't have Diggs, they don't have Gabe Davis. They got a rookie receiver. I think his name Keon Coleman. They got Shakir. They got a couple tight ends. They got Cook at their running back. Arizona has Kyler Murray and the rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. They got some more receivers as well. But what's your thoughts on this game right here?
Personally, this is like maybe right now my favorite game because I
Okay.
feel like you got like, I mean, this can be. I mean, what's the total? Is 47.5. It should be 50 something. I
Yeah.
mean, think about it. You got a Buffalo defense that's lost some players. You got Josh Allen that can. I mean, he don't got no Stephon Diggs no more. So I like you don't know who he's going to, but Keon Coleman's coming out of college. I think he's gonna be like, I drafted him a lot on my best ball leagues. I think Sakura, of course, we see what he's done, and they got Curtis Samuel. Like I mean
Oh yeah.
that's awesome. Then they got Kincaid as a tight end. He's probably to me one of the best tight ends. We know that. So I will go Josh. I will play Josh Allen a lot. If you're playing cash, I'm not playing cash. But if you are playing cash, Josh Allen would be the way to go. On the Arizona side, you got Kyler Murray. You know he can run. I already said Buffalo defense is not the same. I don't think they're going to be that good. Kyler Murray, he can run and pass. He got Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, if he's anything close to his dad, which he's been good in college, then
Mm-hmm.
you got Michael Wilson that showed some flashes. You got Greg Dortz, and you got Trey McBride, who's like the best catching tight end in the league. This game might be like 40-38 or something. I mean, who knows? This is
Yeah.
no defense game.
Yeah, the total is indicative of some offense being a lot of offense being in this game. I think for me, like I already know Josh Allen the beast. I know he when he get around that goal line, he trucking people, try to get them touchdowns, and he running, he's slinging the ball downfield. I just it's just like without Diggs, I feel like there's a certain level of uncertainty about just how the pass game is going to go. Um, I have some interest in I can't remember the guy first name, but Cook, the
James
little
Cook,
brother
James
Cook.
James Cook.
Yeah, James Cook, mid-tier price. Buffalo home favorites. He can catch the ball out the backfield. What's your thoughts on James Cook?
But he ain't got no competition because I'm looking at they got Wade Davis. I don't know who that is, and Ty Johnson. He's still in the NFL. I think that he's obviously the only running back they got, but you still have Josh Allen, and Josh Allen can run. He can run the ball. If they get to the 2, 3, 4, 5 yard line, he can run
Mm-hmm.
then. So I'm kind of scared for that. And then you got a good tight end. He can just dump it off to the tight end. So I'm not for the price. He's 6,900. Yeah, I feel like Josh Allen's like Jalen Hurts, man. You can just play him, and that's it. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Keon Coleman's he's gonna catch a
Okay.
touchdown. Him or Sam was gonna catch a touchdown.
Let me see what Coleman price is. Coleman, yeah, 5,000.
5. That's a great
Yeah,
price.
yeah, that's
That's a
yeah, that's
great price.
value right there.
That's a great
That's
price. And
value right
he's their
there.
number one receiver now. He is,
Yeah,
and
true.
don't forget about Curtis Samuel, man. Washington. He looked great last year. So
He
now he's in
dual threat.
Buffalo.
He
Now he's
rushed the
in
ball too
Buffalo.
sometimes.
He got a
Yeah.
quarterback that can throw. against the defense, Arizona, I don't think their defense is good.
We got a comment. Somebody said Arizona has the worst DVOA
That's
according
why.
to Football Outsiders.
That's why you got to play Buffalo. You got to play Coleman. You got to play. I think I overlooked this game, but this the best game because I think Kyler Murray might get some yards rushing and passing. I mean, this might be a back and forth game.
One more thing I wanted to add about this game, like if I'm not mistaken, like Arizona play at like one of the fastest paces in the NFL, like because Kyler Murray he just kind of run the offense at a quick pace, so that can result in more plays, which can be good for Buffalo. So after kind of talking about it for a while and looking at the matchups and the price points of all these players, I agree, man. This could be a really good game. Buffalo, man, they in a good spot. So
I'm telling you, man, you gotta this the game.
Okay, yeah, you gotta get that val. Well, even though Josh Allen is the highest price quarterback, his pass catchers are at low prices. So
so you can stack one or two of them with him. I don't see why not. I like I said, I think this is. I mean, this. Yeah, I remember there was a time in Arizona you always played whoever quarterback was playing against them or whoever team was playing against them. So I don't see what has changed. Same thing.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Somebody got another question in the comments. Thoughts on James Conner? Yeah, we didn't really mention him. Conner at running back.
He's that guy that like you hate, but every time when he plays, it seems like he gets in there and he'd be like, he's so slow, but he gets like 100 yards. He catches a couple passes. He gets a couple one and just. I'd be like who plays him? Nobody, but he still does good. It's kind of weird. Like I never got it.
Yeah, I agree. Like he's not the first person you think of, but then when the contest be running, you be like, dang, he got a couple touchdowns. But I will say one thing: when I'm watching Red Zone, that guy he run hard, man. He be running hard.
He do.
Like,
But he's still slow though. But he runs. He's slow. But but he's a bruiser, so he can knock some people out the way. So I mean I don't see why not.
Yes, yeah. When I work on my lineups tonight and tomorrow morning, I think I'm gonna take a closer look at James Conner because that is a good point. It's a good game, and sometimes he could get overlooked. But this guy, he be doing his thing, man. He be doing it. So, and he's at a decent price point at 6,200. So, it's got Jeffrey in the comments. I think that's a good question right there. Good call right there on comment.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Anything else you want to add with this game?
Nah, that's it.
All right. I don't know how many more games we got left, but we should be at least halfway through. Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers, 39.5 over under total. The Chargers are favored by 3.5 points. I think Gardner Minshew is starting for the Raiders. The Chargers, they got Harbaugh as the coach. No more Keenan Allen. Low total game. What's your thoughts on this game?
Trash. I think with this game, personally, I know Jim Harbaugh because he coached the Niners, so he's gonna want to come in and you see what he's done. He's built like an offensive line. He's doing like what he did in Michigan. Over the years, I don't know. Remember, he used to have Andrew Luck in college, and he was trying to be flashy. And he came to the NFL, and I don't know what it is, but he just want to run the ball and have a regular quarterback. So I think he's gonna make Justin Herbert slow down. He saw him making a lot of mistakes. He's gonna run the ball, play good defense, and he's gonna get an offensive line. So I'm skipping this game. I don't see anything in this game I like. I can't trust nobody. They ain't got no receivers. They traded all the receivers away. I don't know anybody except for, I mean, they starting running back is Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. The rookie Kimani Vidal is going to take both of their starting jobs at some point. And we know J.K. Dobbins is going to be injured by game 6 or 4. As far as the Raiders side, Minshew's we know how he does. He's always game. He's a game player, but he's just a regular quarterback, man. This when I look at the rosters for these two teams, it's trash. Except for Devontae Adams and Justin Herbert. This is it. I don't want to pay none of these guys. I'm gonna cross out this game, exit out, playing nobody.
Yeah, I think that total 39.5 is below 40. It's indicative of like potentially a low scoring game. If you're playing like just a limited number of lineups, single entry, 3 entry max, well, you got something you want to say?
One more thing. One guy I forgot to say, Brock Bowers.
Okay, the tight end.
That's it. You know him, Georgia. That's it.
Georgia.
He's cheap, 4,500.
Yeah, that's a great price point. But like I was saying, if you're playing a limited number of entries, I think it'd be hard to kind of get to this game with the low total. Some people play 150, so they're gonna, have exposure to all different type of stacks or whatnot. But for me, I see Devontae Adams as maybe a one-off. He's a quality player, overall, again, low total and relative to the other games on the slate, this is just not a game that I'm probably not going to get too much exposure to. It's just you have to draw a line somewhere. Especially when you're playing limited lineups. So,
right,
I don't see a lot of intriguing plays in this game, but you never know. Anything else you would like to add about this game right here?
No, that's it. I think this game is you can skip it.
All right. Next game we got Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. 41.5 over under total. Seahawks favored by 5.5. I know we got the rookie quarterback for Denver, Bo Nix. Thoughts on this game? Any plays that you like?
These afternoon games always be kind of garbage, but yeah, this one actually, Denver had a good defense last year. I think Bo Nix might be better than what I thought he was, but then again, they ain't got nobody. Of course, they got what's his name, good coach, but man, their team, they got Marvin Mims as their number 2 receiver. Hey, that's a good GPP play, 3,500, and Josh Reynolds. I mean, just to say, because hey, look at this game, it's ugly. I think Seahawks is gonna win. Geno, another. I played Geno a few years ago in my GPP when he first went to Seattle, and he balled out. So Kenneth Walker, obviously always good. You got DK. Tyler Lockett is showing his age. He's actually going to be like the 3rd receiver. I think Jackson Smith passed him up. And then you got Noah Fant. But other than that, this game is I don't really want too many people.
I think it's going to be a tough matchup for Bo Nix. His first game in a hostile environment like Seattle. Seattle got one of the better home field environments in the NFL. So, it'll be hard to pull the trigger and trust Bo Nix in a lineup. But I think the strongest play, like you mentioned in this game, Kenneth Walker. Like there are times where Kenneth Walker can really, really go off. I want to say that Kenneth Walker possibly was in one of my FanDuel lineups a couple of years ago when I won like 4,000. Like, guys, yeah, he nice, man. So at that price, I'm definitely looking to get exposure to him. Seattle home favorites. If they got the lead towards the end of the game, hand the ball off, run that clock. So I like Kenneth Walker. It's a given that DK Metcalf is always someone in play. But overall, the Seattle side is interesting. I should say Denver maybe for value, like those couple of pieces that you mentioned.
Right, I agree.
All right. Anything else you want to add on this game?
That's it. Nothing.
And we almost there, I think. We almost there. Um, Next game, Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. A low total, 40 and a half. We know Cleveland got a real good defense. Thoughts on this game right here?
Man, you got the boys going against the Browns. This is another game, I think. The total's 41. I think it's going to be higher than that. But Cowboys are expected to lose. I don't know what the Cowboys like. When I look at their team, like, I mean, they got Dak and they got CD, but that's it. Because Rico, actually, I got him on some best ball teams, but they brought back Zeke. I mean, yeah, that's not going to do nothing. Yeah, I mean, if they win this game because of Dak. So as far as DFS goes, obviously Jerome Ford 5,500. We all know that what's his name is out. Chubb is out. So Jerome Ford can be a great. He played great last year, and the price is great. You want to play 3 running backs? He's a great option because I don't think the other backup's going to do much. And as far as the receivers, we know Cooper's good. My question, and everybody's question is Deshaun Watson going to finally play like he did when he was with the Texans? This has been the third year. If he don't play, he got the best contract ever for getting money and dipping. Because I mean, he got all that money and hasn't done one thing yet in Cleveland. That was Flacco's the one who got him to the playoffs last year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he hasn't shown that he's worth what he's getting paid.
No.
But
they're probably gonna, if you don't play good this year, they're gonna probably want back their money.
Yeah. Comments ask wide receiver 2 for the Cowboys should be Brandon Cooks.
Yes.
And
but
Cooks,
he's more like at this stage of his career, he's more like a possession receiver. I actually like Toba. Toba can actually go ahead and break one down. And he's cheap.
One moment. Go out.
So happens when it's live.
Man, I had to let that dog out, but go ahead.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was I think I would rather have Toba just to be contrarian, because I don't think Brooks is good. Brandon's not gonna make a big difference. It's gonna be CeeDee Lamb, but look at the Cowboys. Like, who do they got? They got Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel. I do like Rico, but I mean, Jake Ferguson, he's a good pick too. But, man, this team is ugly. They ain't got nobody.
So this game, it got a low total, so that's a negative. Cleveland Browns, great defense. So I'm not really interested in the Cowboys. I wouldn't mind CeeDee Lamb as a possible one-off.
Mm-hmm.
I already know Tyreek Hill going to get that ownership, and then Jefferson might get some. So CeeDee Lamb, from an ownership standpoint, he should be low on. I mean, he wasn't in training camp that much.
Right.
Low total, strong defense against the Browns. So simply for ownership and to be contrarian, I do see merit in playing CeeDee Lamb as a one-off. When I was building earlier, I saw the tight end for Cleveland kind of showing up in projections.
Okay.
What's the guy name? Njoku.
Oh yeah, he's really good. Yeah, that's right. And tight ends against the Cowboys last year did really good.
Okay.
That was like a stat. I remember, like they just couldn't stop tight ends. So I mean, why not?
Yeah. So I'm not saying this game is like really, really good, but there are some plays that you can pull from. I wouldn't full stack the game or anything, but there are pieces in this game that could possibly help you out. And that's pretty much what I got for this game.
Okay.
You got anything else?
No, that's it. Like I said, I'm not really excited about this game either.
All right. Keep it rolling. Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 42.5 half over under total. The Buccaneers are favored by 3.5 points. Jaden Daniels, the rookie, I think he was the number 2 pick. He playing. New coach in Washington, Dan Quinn. Thoughts on this? This is the last game for the DK slate. Thoughts on this game right here?
I actually like it. I think Jaden Daniels, I mean, he can run and he can pass the ball, and he's only 5,700. He's projected for 19 fantasy points. He's
Wow.
5,700. He has probably the most weapons out of all the rookies. I know you're gonna say Caleb, but they really got a trash team. He got Brian Robinson and he got Austin Eckler. And then when it comes to receivers, he got Terry McLaurin. He got, okay, maybe that's the only receiver. He got Diane Brown's not bad. And he got Jack Ertz. I think Jaden's going to be better than what people think. I expect regression. Baker Mayfield looked great last year. Gave him a contract. I think he goes back to being Baker.
Okay.
Not good. More in that Sam Darnold category. I don't think the Bucs are going to make the playoffs this year.
Okay. I do like Jaden Daniels. I think he's going to have a good season, and potentially, I think he could probably win Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically for this game for tomorrow's slate, who I think is going to be a key piece, Rashawn White. Can you talk about him at running back? He's 6,300, and what's your thoughts on him?
I mean, he's a workhorse, man. We saw what he did last year. He's another James Conner. You don't think about him, and then boom, he got a couple touchdowns. Yeah, I definitely like him. But the guy I like for Tampa the most is Chris Godwin. I think he's going to have a good season. He's going to play more in the slot.
So for the total at 42.5, you think this game has the potential to hit the over?
Yeah, because Jaden Daniels.
Okay, and got a question in the comments. Thoughts on the tight end stack with I guess that would be Zach Ertz and Jaden Daniels. Zach Ertz is 3,600.
Oh yeah, that's a good stat.
Yeah, Zach Ertz, he used to be a top-notch tight end in Philadelphia. He kind of fell off the last few.
Keep in mind that backup's pretty good. That backup might overtake him at some point. Ben Sinnott, they really like that backup. He might overtake him. Just letting you know, Zach Ertz is a starter, but that guy, he is showing a lot of good signs. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. I'm gonna have to look him up after the show.
Terry McLaurin is the guy though. He got it. I'm surprised he didn't get more receivers. But to be honest with you, I think the most value play is Brian Robinson, 5.2. That's a good price.
Oh wow, that's a low price. How do you think they're going to split up the workload between him and Austin Eckler?
The thing about it, Brian Robinson can also catch. I think so. I think Brian is the better receiver. I mean, he's a better back, especially off Eckler. He gets injured so much. But Eckler can break. I mean, it's gonna be hard to see. I don't know how they're gonna split it up, so I kind of want to stay away from it. But I do like Brian Robinson though. But Jaden Daniels is. I'm gonna play with 5,700. I'm playing him.
Oh yeah, that rushing ability and everything. He can turn up and help you cash out and win a few dollars. Anything else you want to add with this game?
No. I'm good. That's it for this game.
All right, so that's the last game on the DK slate. But we play FanDuel too, and for some reason they included the night game. So we're going to talk about this game last before we close out this show. It's actually the highest total game on the slate for tomorrow. It's the Los Angeles Rams at the Detroit Lions. 52.5 over-under total, with the Detroit Lions favored by 4.5, a rematch to this playoff matchup on last year. So switch gears a little bit if you can for FanDuel. What's your thoughts on this game here?
It's interesting because you got Detroit is stacked. You got Gibbs, and again, you got Gibbs and Montgomery. So it's always hard to play both of them. But you know, my guy, you know, I'm on St. Brown. He's not on DK, but on that slate, and not this game. But man, he was my favorite receiver last year. I felt he always brought it. He always looking at this. I may not want to pay FanDuel because this game is included. You got to put. I mean, this is why would they do that? I don't get why would they. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Like, and don't forget Jameson Williams. They're expecting him to break out this year. You know, he's not fast. He's fast.
Mm.
If you had another quarterback on this team, man, he would have been. He would be like a superstar by now. But Goff's not that great. Sam Laporta, you got a tight end. And then when you go to the Rams, hey, you got Matthew Stafford, man, and that's a good price, 6,100. You got Kyron Williams. Now you got Blake Corum. I know he's probably not going to get much run in the beginning. He's probably going to get some goal line. You know how they do. And then you got the two best receivers like Puka and Cooper. It's like Mario World. I don't know. It's like this is an exciting game. Like, man. Good thing it's not on the well, yeah, I can't play FanDuel main slate. This is like a cheat code.
Yeah, you know, week one, you know, I want to play everything, man. I'm playing FanDuel, DK, and Yahoo. And for this game, it makes a huge difference. We just kind of look at it. The total, 52 and a half, a close spread. You look at the Rams side, like you mentioned, Stafford. And then you got great pass catchers in Cooper Kupp. He's at $7,000, and Puka Nakua. And then on the other side, you look at Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. If you watch that receiver thing on Netflix, that guy, he about getting his production, man. So
yeah, I
love this.
He's one of my favorite players too. I agree.
I love this game, and I think that I don't know how if people are gonna be so quick to play this game because it's late at nights. People want to get their lineups in. So basically, it provides a great opportunity for late night exposure, some patience. I hate that they included this game on the main slate, but it is what it is. I think it's a great game. And one last thing I want to say, when I was looking up some statistics for last season, the Detroit Lions, they were very, very good versus the run, which means they like a pass funnel defense. So basically on FanDuel, like I got a lineup made right now. I'm gonna make some more, but I think the Rams with Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Nakua at 3-man stack, that's like my top stack. I love it, man. So I'm gonna have a lot of exposure to this game.
I'm not gonna lie. This is I mean, you mean for like what? You playing like the night, or you playing like a single game or something?
It's included on the main slate.
Oh,
I'm
for
just saying in general.
Okay. But I mean, like it's
On
gonna be hard
FanDuel.
because now you gotta worry about like if you're like if you're doing real good, you gotta like you said you gotta have probably one or two players from this game, and like you could be like in first place and have one player left, and then this game goes off, and then like don't even cash.
I'm gonna have a lot of this game, man. Like it's a great game.
It is.
I'm gonna have a lot of this game. I'm gonna make it a point to have a lot of this game right here. I just think it's a great game.
I wonder if I could call FanDuel and tell them to take this game off for at least a couple. Have another slate without this game because it makes it hard, man.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, definitely make you think about stuff. But that's the last game. So let's kind of give a closeout to like how we feel about week one. So value. Let's just keep it DK because since DK don't have that late game, let's keep this DK. Okay. Top value play for you tomorrow.
Well, obviously, the guy for Cincinnati. I mean that receiver 3K. If of course it seems like Higgins not gonna play, and then if Chase doesn't play, oh well, shoot, he can. Yeah, that's it. So
I'll agree with EOC with the Cincinnati Bengals receiver. Pay attention to the injury report. He's 3,000 flat on DK. I think he's 4,300 on FanDuel, where he's still viable over there. I think he's a strong value play. And I failed to mention this, man. I failed to mention this when we went to this game. I want to know your thoughts. On DK, I like to punt at tight end a lot. And Carolina, tight end, I think his name is Sanders, 2,500. Their other tight ends are like hurt. You think he's okay? 2,500.
It's a great play.
His tight end. Yeah, because tight end you can punt that. Yeah. So that's another value play I wanted to mention. The Panthers tight end 2,500 on DK. Bengals, pay attention to that injury report. EO Siva, we just call him Andre, 3,000 flat. So those some value plays. Name your top 3 stacks, like a quarterback pass catcher combination.
Okay, for the DK, that main slate. All right, so here we go. The guys that I and be mindful, I'm gonna be more contrarian than most people. One stack I know a lot of people ain't gonna go, or they'll go to. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna skip that guy. I told you I like the Cardinals and Bills. I think with Buffalo, you can go Josh Allen, Kean Coleman, and James Cook.
Okay.
That's a perfect stack, okay? Another stack you can go is Texans, CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, and then you can have Joe Mixon, right? Another stack, right? And then I was gonna say Washington, but they ain't got no good stacks on there. So I'm gonna go with I know the Dolphins are going to be popular, so I'm staying away from them. Okay, but I'm going to go with Atlanta. Kirk Cousins, Drake London. I don't care what you say, man. you got to play Kirk Cousins, man. You got to play Kirk, man. He's like, come on, man. He's 6,100, man. You got to play him.
I might play Kirk, but he's definitely not going to be in my top 3. My top 3 stacks, I'm going to go with in Indianapolis. It might be popular, but Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman. I like that. Same game, Houston with CJ Stroud and I'll say Nico Collins, but it's hard to figure out which receiver going to go off, but I like the Houston stack.
Okay.
And my third favorite stack, a little different for DK. Caleb Williams and DJ Moore.
Okay, not bad.
I like the price point. I like the price points for those guys. And two more things. Who's your top play, like single play, like on the slate that you're gonna feel like you're gonna be overweight on, that you're gonna make it a point to get a lot of?
Man, this may sound weird, but Chase, what was it? Chase Brown or the guy for Cincinnati?
Chase Brown. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, for some reason I'm just on him. So I think he did great last year, and Jack Moss is good, but this guy can catch it. That's just my thought.
It might be a kind of cheap play, but I got 2. Like, I'm gonna try to get a lot of Tyreek Hill.
Right.
This guy, he was breaking slates last year. So I like him, and Justin Jefferson. I guess that's another play that I'll probably get a lot of.
Okay.
And I think that's about it, man. We've been on here about an hour and a half.
Yeah, great.
I have to show you how to look at the comments the next time if you can't see them.
All
right. It was good conversation, man.
Great.
Week 1 is tomorrow. For all you guys that tuned in, thank you guys for joining us. I want to thank Raymond for joining me and helping me get through this show and providing some insight. I'm gonna post this YouTube video in the Facebook group where people can look at it tonight and tomorrow prior to lock. Is there anything that you would like to leave the audience with?
That's it, man. Just good luck for everybody. Let's hope first game, first day, first week. So just don't do too much because you don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go with my call of the day is Sam Donald. Take down the GPP, play him. That's it. Good night. I'm telling you.
All right,
Sam Donald.
and thank you everybody again for tuning in. Y'all know what the motto is. I'm back. I'm gonna try to do this every week. Count the wins as blessings, losses teach lessons. Good luck. Hope everybody win that money tomorrow and cash out. And we'll catch y'all on the next time. All right, thank you.
All right, yeah. Have a good night, man. Good night.
All right.